Can we talk a little bit about ambition here? Because as a very young man, you were already living most young boys' dreams of being in the first team in Manchester United at a young age. In terms of your ambitions at that point, what did you want to get out of your footballing career, and how did you keep that ambition alive?
Yeah. Before I answer, what is that noise? Is it?
Our multi-million pound gateway building. It's just next door, being built.
So it's constant, isn't it? What was the question?
Ambition. Keeping ambition. Once you've realised that ultimate goal, how do you keep that ambition alive?
That was something that again was drummed into us very early on at United. Eric Harrison, who's our youth team coach, I'm actually going to present an award to him on Thursday night in the Football Hall of Fame, and he fully deserves it. He brought us all through, and he was our mentor really. And I remember when I made my debut at 17. For about 5 minutes I came out at the end of a game, and my dreams had come true. No one could take this away from me. I'd achieved everything in my life that I wanted to. I'd played for United, so forget everything else, I'd done it. And the next day coming in, you are literally on cloud nine. You are walking on water, you can imagine. And he said, you're not a player at this club until you've played 100 games. And that was his message to me the day after. I thought, there you go, thanks for that, Eric. So your ambitions have always got to be reassessed and realigned and reset all the time. And I remember when I played 100 games after 2 or 3 seasons, and he's like, well, Alan Hanson's got 8 championships, Phil Neal's got 8 championships at Liverpool, and we always had that feeling that you were never finished and that you never had achieved your dream. And when I finished playing football, and a lot of footballers fall into this mode of, I've done it. Yes. I've got to the top of the mountain. I'm retired. I've finished. And for me personally, my ambition now is to not be known as the ex-Manchester United football player, because that's what everyone calls you continuously. So the idea that you've introduced me as an England coach, Sky pundit and businessman is probably in some ways a good thing, because X of anything, even though it's Manchester United, and that's pretty good, by the way, for me. You know, I like it. The idea that you live off that for the next 30 years of your life, or how many years you're alive, that's got to be a failure, don't you? I've got half of my life left, hopefully, all being well, and I want to think at the end of my life that my second part of my life has been more enjoyable. That's difficult, but more enjoyable, and I've achieved as much or achieved more than what I've did in my football career. And that's where things like this come in. Salford City. Salford City is the 8th tier of the football league. Sorry, of the English football pyramid. I wish it was in the football league. You know, it's 8 promotions, 7 promotions away from the Premier League. That's a dream. That's a dream. That could be our greatest ever achievement. Is it likely? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe in 10 years' time people will be slapping naive across me, and maybe I'll be bankrupt in a gutter because I've thrown all the money at a load of football players. But the fact of the matter is, that's an ambition. You know, the idea that Salford's one of the biggest cities in England that's not got a football league club. The idea that there is a group of committee members who for 30 years have dedicated their lives to that club as volunteers and put their own money in. And now, hopefully, with them still part of the club, we can take it towards the Football League. You know, the idea that Barbara last week, who for 26 years we built her a new little cafe on the corner of the stand. It cost us a few £1,000s, but she's like crying because she's got a new cafe. She's been doing it for 26 years, selling coffees and burgers at this football club to raise money for their local. And you think, that's an incredible thing, that, a football club. The way in which it brings people together. And for us, we see that we want to, you know, achieve things. When you talk about ambition, you have to reset your ambitions all the time. You might think, oh, my ambition's to get a degree. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's a given. You have to get a degree. You have to get that. It's what's after that. And then when you get your next job, when you get your placement that you want, you think, right, actually, I want to be the CEO of that company. No, you don't. You want to be the owner of your own company. No, you don't. You want to be and it never stops, because you're never happy. You should never. Sorry, I'll read it. You should never be content with what you've done, is what I'm trying to say. You should sort of celebrate it momentarily, like we would do a Premier League title for the evening or for a week, but then you move on, boom, next one. And that's again, Sir Alex Ferguson, the club drove that into us. They really did. In terms of you've never succeeded, you always got to reset your ambitions. If you said to us at the age of 14, 15, play 20 times for United, we'd have said, yes, I'll take that. If you said to me at 18, you'll play 100 times, I'd say I'd take that. If you said to me at 25, you'd play 3, you're always looking for that extra goal and achievement all the time.